at one point or another, I'm sure we've all dreamed of being a Jedi. I mean, who hasn't wanted to run around in badass robes with one of the coolest weapons in all of cinema? And lest us forget about the mystical energy field that is the Force. This incredible tool is what granted Jedi and Sith the ability to perform unbelievable feats of strength and speed. It has also left fans around the world waving their hands in the air on the off chance they secretly possess telekinesis. Though this raises a question, what if we could in fact wield the Force? Now let me clarify, I don't mean what if we could all use Force lightning and
burn our enemies to the core.
No, that would be homicide. What I mean is, what if we could use aspects of the Force in our everyday lives? It would certainly make even the smallest of tasks that little bit easier, as well as fulfilling all our childhood fantasies. So with that in mind, here are 6 Star Wars Force powers that would be useful in real life. Number 6. Phase. Do you hate walking through doors? Are you tired of waiting in lines? Do you sometimes wish you were a ghost? Sorry, I don't mean to make this sound like a Midnight Shopping Channel's latest sales pitch, but if you do so happen to relate to any of those points, then you would probably enjoy using Phase. Why? Well, this power granted its user the ability to pass through matter, such as walls and doors. So can you imagine how useful this would be in real life? Granted, it'd probably help the more laid back among us, though who doesn't like taking shortcuts both metaphorically and literally? Number 5. Force invisibility. This ability doesn't need much explaining. In fact, plenty of times in my very own life, I've felt invisible to others. Anyway, Force invisibility and Force cloak usually involve the manipulation of light and sound waves to render the practitioner virtually undetectable to the naked eye, and so stealth would ensue. Now, I'm not personally one for sneaking about, although there must be a reason why invisibility ranks so highly in surveys of most desired superpowers. Number 4. Force healing. Who has time for waiting hour upon hour in accident and emergency, or spending elongated spells in hospital? Am I right? Heck, even phoning for a doctor's appointment is enough to leave me a nervous wreck. But what if we could just cure ourselves and others on the spot? Well, Force healing would allow just that. Designed to rapidly accelerate the natural healing process, this power could even mend the most fatal of wounds and injuries. Its presence in real life would be incredibly useful to say the least, not to mention life-saving. Number 3. Telekinesis. As mentioned earlier, Star Wars has left us all hoping that one day we can move objects with the simple wave of a hand. Sure, the sheer spectacle of which would be unbelievable. However, think about all of the uses it would have. What's that? The remote control's on the other couch? No worries, it's now in my hand. And who needs a cringe-inducing party trick when you can simply convince all of your mates that you possess magical powers? I mean, what is there not to like about telekinesis? You could even romantically lift fruit onto your partner's fork, although I think that may have been done before. Also, what a weird sentence that is to say out loud. Number 2. Time drifting. As an extension of the IT ability of flow walking, time drifting allowed an individual to move along the threads of the Force to travel either backward or forward in time. Yes, in less complex terminology, this power did indeed present the gift of time travel. Now, I know what you're thinking, with great power comes great responsibility, yada yada yada. But if we assume none of us are idiotic enough to slay one of our very own ancestors, time drifting would grant us the power to go from petting dinosaurs 1 minute to then travelling the stars the next. Even if grand adventures aren't your thing, why not simply go back in time each morning for some extra shut-eye? And for all you gamblers out there, I bet you could make a pretty penny from lucky guesses. Before we uncover the number 1 spot, let's take a look at one honourable mention worth discussing. Soft to solid. I'm pretty sure there is a joke to be made here, especially given the fact this power literally made normally soft parts of the body incredibly rigid. Though we're all civil, let's try to forgo making any Matrix references. Number 1. Force Dash. Thus far we've uncovered some really useful force powers that would make everyday life that little bit easier. And so, finding an ability to top this list and outright outshine any of the aforementioned entries was no easy feat, but I think I've managed to live up to the task. Force Dash is something we see near the beginning of The Phantom Menace. In fact, Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi use this very trick to rapidly escape droidekas aboard the Trade Federation starship. So where would a brief increase in speed come in handy, I hear you ask? Well, here are a few scenarios. Picture the scene. It's sports day and you're the slowest runner in your class. That's until, you guessed it, Force Dash. It's Christmas Day and you are presented a massive box that seems to encase the gift of your dreams. You open it up with excitement, only to find a pack of white socks inside. That's right, Force Dash. Your girlfriend says, we need to talk about our relationship. Force Dash. I guess we all just want to run away from our problems, although I'm sure there are probably other uses for such a power. Know of any more force powers that would be useful in real life? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. And for weekly countdown content, press that subscribe button and notification bell to keep it locked here to the countdown.